What up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 13 review. I am going to address the Greg and T scene from last week's episode in this review, so stay tuned. So, in the beginning of the episode, Quad visits Heavenly at Heavenly's home and suggests that they do a girlfriend check-in. Especially since, everything that happened on the vacation, with all the couples. She feels like the ladies need to come together and really try to get this group of ladies back on track. And, Heavenly asks the question, is Phaedra invited? And Quad says, no, she isn't invited because she left the trip early on a private jet. And Heavenly was like, yeah, she said she didn't want nothing to do with y'all or us. And she says that also Sweet Tea isn't invited, which makes sense. Toya is throwing a Bridgerton themed 16th anniversary party. The season is winding down. I think we might have 2 more episodes and then it'll be time for the reunion pretty much because they filmed it last week. And she wants everybody to be there, but she doesn't know if that's going to be plausible. So she has decided to go and have a conversation with Sweet Tea. So, before that, though, she invites all of the couples minus Sweet Tea and Gregory, and Phaedra didn't want to have nothing to do with them, so she wasn't there. To come to a dance class so she can share the news of her anniversary party. Mind you, she did invite Quad, but Quad didn't come because King couldn't come, because at that point production said that King could only film with Quad after Gregory decided to go to the Popos about the situation on the couples trip. So she felt some type of way about that and didn't come. So Toya, reiterates to everybody that we got to get this group back together. And Contessa was like, well, there might be a restraining order in place. And everybody is like, what? What is going on? And so they like, how was it a restraining order? Did nobody touched another person? Like, what is going on? And a lot of people was like shaking their head like that's a lot. Like, why did Gregory do that? Like, oh my God. So Toya and Mimi meet up with Sweet Tea to have lunch. And Toya brings up Gregory filing a report and asks, what did the police say? And Sweet Tea was like, that's my business. And she was like, look, some people do reach their breaking point. He felt like King had malicious intent when he took off his shirt and charged at him. And so Toya was like, well, basically, shouldn't we have grace for King? We always ask for grace in situations. Shouldn't we have grace in this situation? And Sweet Tea was like, well, that's up to Gregory, which it is. That's their thing. Like, I can't tell him what to do. I can give my opinion, but I cannot lead a animal to water. What's the dang on thing, y'all? We all know I suck at analogies. I can't leave a well to water. No, you can't lead a horse to water. Is it a horse? It's the horse, right? You can't lead a horse to water. I think that's it. Y'all let me know down below. But anywho, so Toya was like, there's been times when Tisha has gotten to a place where Tisha is no longer Tisha. You were out of control. And T was like, well, just because I'm yelling, and Toya was like, it was more than yelling, girl. And Mimi agrees with Toya that, she was on one that day. And so Toya asks, can they sit down and have a sit down with Quad? And T says that that's Gregory's decision once again. And she was like, I've tried to talk to him. And Toya was like, well, would you walk away from us as friends? And Sweet Tea was like, no, I don't think I would walk away from you as friends. And Toya was like, well, I don't want to fight for something if the other person doesn't want to fight for it either. So does Tisha want us to fight for her to be in this friend group? And T was like, that's up to you. Okay. So first, before I get into last week's episode, I want to talk about this scene. It was obvious to me, and it had to be obvious to Toya and Mimi, that Sweet Tea was holding back and was in an uncomfortable position. You could tell that she was saying but so much, right? So they should have picked up on those social cues, especially Mimi, the therapist, that, okay, something is going on here and she's holding back, right? Secondly, I agree with Sweet Tea. That is Gregory's decision. I can tell him my opinion. I can give him advice. But at the end of the day, he's a grown man and he going to do what he wants to do. Right? So I don't understand how they were, not even they, because Mimi really wasn't saying a lot, but Toya was being so forceful with making it a Sweet Tea situation. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that that was very fair. So now it explains to me why they fell out, why they're no longer, good friends. Because I would have felt some type of way too if I was Sweet Tea. Like, why are you coming to me about this and treating me like I did something wrong? You know what I'm saying? And because I can't force my husband to want to get along with his ex-wife and her new man. Like, you can't put that on me. And I felt like that's what Toya was doing. And I felt like in this scene, Toya was looking for a reason to push her out of the group. Because how does it go from, can you talk to Gregory about this situation, to would you walk away from us as friends? And I don't want to fight for something if the other person ain't fight. Like, where did that come from? Did she say she didn't want to be friends with y'all? No. Did she say that she didn't want to fight for y'all friendship? No. So it's like, where did that come from? It was given very much Toya was the last person that, or outside of Contessa, that she had a relationship with. So if the only other person that she has a relationship with is Contessa, who is newly back, then she really doesn't have a space on this show. I really feel like they made a decision to push that girl out. And I don't think that that was right. And I don't think that was fair. And that day, it was a lot going on. She has dealt with a lot with you women, specifically Heavenly disrespecting her, Quad disrespecting her. And she even said that during that the girls trip that they went on to them cabins, that when all of that stuff was going on, that Quad got up in her face or whatever and all of this type of stuff. So it's like, we're not going to act like this girl ain't been through stuff in this group. And then you have this dude trying to fight her husband, who'd already said he did not want to fight. So yeah, I'm going to run just like Quad ran over there to see what's going on and to stop the situation. I don't understand how she has now become a culprit and one to blame because there was an altercation going on and she was upset about it. Like, how is that wrong? Because she got upset and was crying? Like, make it make sense. I didn't agree with that at all, and I didn't like the way Toya handled Sweet Tea. I really honestly didn't. Now, my thoughts on last week's episode with Gregory and Tisha and the way that he was speaking to her at that table, where he was belittling her as a woman when she said that, she was going to help him, defend himself against King. And she was like, I'm combat trained or whatever, even though she said she ain't never been in a fight. But he was like, you sound, what did he say? You sound really naive or ignorant or something right now. And he was like, I really hate that or whatever. Cause at the end of the day, that's a man and you're a woman, and he ends up getting mad and walks away and goes upstairs, and she runs in behind him, which I wish she wouldn't have did. And they're in their bedroom, they're still mic'd up, and she was like, don't do that or whatever. Like, I can have my own opinions. And he get to talking about who the F you talking to, and all of this type of stuff. I really, really was like, T-girl, it might be time for you to get off this show if that's the type of behavior that not Eugene, I always get them confused, that Gregory is going to be spewing, because that was crazy. That was crazy. And it didn't look good for him, and it didn't look good for y'all. And all it did was reiterate and confirm to others and the viewers and the group that Gregory don't know how to talk to women, and that he is verbally abusive. You know what I'm saying? And that peanut head ass nigga would have had to see me. We would have had to step outside, because who the fuck are you talking to? Who in the hell are you talking to? You're not that guy. And even if you was that guy, who in the fuck are you talking to? Okay? I would have knocked them glasses up off his face. And I would have been like, nigga, I'm talking to you, bitch. Nigga, what? Remember, you're a doctor. You don't like to fight. So all of that, like, threatening her, like, if you want me to turn up, I'll turn. Greg, you better go downstairs and make another damn song, okay? Because I don't know who you think you are right about now. For him to be a therapist, he does not know how to talk to women. He does not know how to communicate without clicking out and disrespecting his partner. And that's obviously something that he has not grown from or learned since his relationship with Quad. And y'all know I have been said, I felt like in their marriage, they both were the problem. It wasn't just one person. It was both of them that were a problem in that marriage. I don't think that Quad ever loved him. I don't think that Quad ever really was in love with him. I think that she used him as a stepping stone to get to where she wanted to be in life. And when it no longer suited her, she chucked him up the deuce. Okay. And I think for Gregory, that I think that he did love her. But I also think that he suffers from nerd geek syndrome, where he tries to use his profession and money as a way of throwing his weight around, because without it, who really is he? You know? And it gives him superpower and makes him think that he is tough, and he's not. Obviously, it's apparent to me that wasn't nobody thinking about Gregory, probably growing up in high school. He don't seem like he was the type that got girls for real and all of that. And it seems like he probably is still very much scorned by that. He probably was bullied, you know what I'm saying, growing up. And now that he's a therapist and he got a little coin or whatever, that boosts his ego and make him be able to flex on people, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you're still Gregory, you know what I'm saying? Look Gregory, you know what I'm saying? So I think that another reason why he got with Sweet Tea, because she's younger than him and he can have control over the situation and influence. And if she don't put her foot down now and let him know that that type of behavior is unacceptable, then it's only going to continue, and it's going to ruin another marriage for him. And he ought to be ashamed for the way that he spoke to her. You know what I'm saying? And the way that he was threatening her, like, that's not okay. That's not okay. And especially for you to be the older one in the situation, you would think that he knew better, but obviously he does not. And I hate that the way that he spoke to her and the threats made her feel as though she could no longer speak up for herself and say how she feels about situations. Because in that scene with her and Toya and Mimi, she was very tight-lipped and holding back because she didn't want to offend her husband. Point blank and the period. But Gregory, you need to get it together real quick. Real quick, because somebody gonna slap the shit out your ass. Like, real quick. Real quick. You gonna get your ass beat, okay? And if Sweet Tea family ain't checked your ass after seeing that, they better. Cause your cone head ass then lost your mind. Your mind, okay? Your head is shaped like a Cadbury Easter egg. Like, dude, we're not about to do this. We're really not. So that's my thoughts on that. So Greg visits Scott at Scott's home, and Eugene joins them, and they ask about the whole police situation, and he was like, oh yeah, I did. He was like, he was charging towards me. I felt like I was in harm's way, da 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 da. And Greg was like, but did he touch you? He was like, no, he didn't touch me, but I felt threatened. Now, do I think that he was wrong for calling the police? No, I don't think that he was wrong for filing a claim. I don't. A lot of people like, that's snitch behavior, da 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 da. Okay. Would I have done it? No, because that's just not me. I don't think that it was necessary. But if I'm telling you I don't want to have an altercation with you, and then you charge towards me to harm me, and we all know Gregory ain't got no hands, and I feel threatened, and then I have to be in an environment where I have to be around you afterwards, and I don't feel safe or comfortable, then I'm going to do something to make myself feel safe and comfortable. We're adults. You can't just run up on people and try to fight folks and think that nothing is going to happen. It ain't like you in high school and you could just get a suspension. This is real life suspension. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go around acting like a buffoon. You just simply can't. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think that he was wrong. I don't. So Greg then says that, he was so upset that he had to write a song, and he shows video of him performing this song called Set Me Free. And I was like, you damn right, because I need to be set free from this moment, because I never should have witnessed it. You and them jorts that you had on. First of all, the fact that he had on some jorts, nigga, you ain't John Cena. We can see you. Like, no. He pissed me off. Like, I hate him more than anything for that, okay? Hate him. And then it's Sweet Tea dumbass at the end. That was a good job, Gregory. No, the fuck it wasn't. And you need to be honest with him about that, okay? So the girls gather at Quad's abode, and it's everybody but Sweet Tea and Phaedra. And Quad says that, she may not be able to come to Toya's anniversary party because, of course, King cannot come as well. But we all know she gonna end up coming. Simone says that, this isn't right, what basically Gregory is doing, because King apologized to them the next day. Okay, he apologized to y'all the next day. He didn't apologize to Gregory the next day. That's the difference, ma'am. What about that? Aren't y'all understanding? Or maybe y'all do understand, but once again, the narrative now is to get Gregory and T out, because Quad is back in, which we're going to talk about too as well. Hold on, y'all. My battery. So, Toya and Mimi say that when they met up with Sweet Tea, that she lacked accountability for her actions. And I'm still trying to figure out, what did she do? Because I don't know what she did. Contessa has Sweet Tea's back. And I really appreciated that because I really feel like they used and abused that girl and used her for ratings and to get back at Quad. And now they're discarding her and it's not right. Toya was like, I said to Sweet Tea that, King and Quad would be able to stay on the other side of the room. And all I kept hearing from Tisha was, I had no malicious intent. We don't know what could happen. That means to me that you don't know about you. There's never going to be a situation where you tell me I have to choose who I invite to anything. But if I have to choose because you're making me choose, which I feel like she's making me choose because you have no self-control, then it won't be you. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing her telling her she had to choose between them or Quad and King. Because we didn't see that. So where is that coming from, Toya? Because I'm confused. Did they scrap that? Because we didn't see or hear that, ma'am. And she's right with saying we don't know what could happen if we are in the same room with them again. Because none of y'all thought that was going to happen. So make it make sense that she's wrong for saying that. It's once again, y'all trying to get them off. Y'all are looking for reasons to get them off of the show. Point blank, Andy, period. Because none of this makes sense. None of it. None of it, none of it, none of it. And as soon as she said that if she has to choose, she won't be choosing her, y'all see the smirk on Quad's face like, yes, I got him. And Heavenly talking about well, it sounds like you're choosing. And Toya was like, I am. And everybody online is applauding Toya for the growth because we all know Toya and Quad have never really gotten along and she chose Quad. And I'm like, this is the fakest, dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. In my life. Married to Medicine has gone off the rails. It has jumped the shark at this point. It really honestly has, because this is the same woman that literally a year ago had said she's only there for the check. Ain't none of y'all her friends. She treats y'all like crap. She shows up late. She disregards anybody's feelings. She thinks that she is Coretta Scott King Jr., okay? She thinks that she is above y'all. She don't talk to y'all outside of filming, but yet and still all of a sudden Quad is a savior and an angel. Y'all gonna be right back again complaining about her ass next season. Cause ain't nothing changed. Nothing changed. And I'm looking at all of y'all like, are y'all dumb? Like really, are y'all dumb? Because at the end of the day, she don't care nothing about none of y'all. None of you. Including you, Big Back Heavenly. Including you. None of that's changed where she didn't communicate with y'all outside of filming. Girl, okay. Like, honestly, truly, I feel like let the show go at this point because I'm over these hoes. And they are, in fact, mean girls. Phaedra was right about that. They are mean girls. They are very much mean old ass women. Confused ass women. They really truly are. They really truly are. And it's been that way where this show for me has gone left ever since Mariah was forced out. It really has. And the concept of what Mariah had for this show has completely gone out the window. Completely. So at the end of the episode, Jackie visits Phaedra to see like what's going on. And Jackie says, to her, it was my understanding that you knew Apollo was coming on the trip. And Phaedra says, Heavenly loves to see people in crazy situations. She's messy. She's the devil's daughter. Do I agree with that? Absolutely 1000%. Yes, she does. She most definitely does like to see people in crazy situations. She is messy and she is the devil's daughter. But I will also say in this case that you didn't deny that you didn't know that man was coming. So then to flip that and act like you were thrown for a loop is crazy because it's on film. That's why she didn't show up to the reunion, because she would have had to once again account for her lying. And she wasn't going to be able to win the argument. So that's why Phaedra didn't come. Because it was going to be another situation like her last reunion on Atlanta, where she was exposed for lying. And she didn't want that narrative put back into the viewers' minds. She didn't. Hold up, my camera is on tracking me. And I don't want it to track me right now. Untrack me, girl. Hello. Untrack. Okay, now you want to act like you don't know what the hell is going on. Okay. Can you stop, girl? Okay, so I guess she said, fuck you. I'm going to continue to track you all I want to. Y'all see that? She is being so rude. So rude. Anywho, I'll deal with her in a second. But, yeah, like, girl, that's the reason why she didn't come. Because she couldn't win the argument. And it was going to make her look bad. So Jackie was like, well, I don't want to leave without seeing if you would at least come to Toya's event. And Phaedra was like, I don't want to be around y'all. I was like, well, at least she honest. At least she honest. But in this case, I don't think that Phaedra is a victim with what went down on the Cash trip. She should have never been on the show in the first place. Let's just take it there. She should have never been on this show in the first place, okay? Because Phaedra is still a low down, dirty, lying, manipulative snake of a person. She really honestly is. I don't think that she should be on nobody's show. Traders was the best show for her to be on. That's why she did such a great job, because she's a trader in real life. But overall, I'm gonna give this week's episode of Married to Medicine, honestly, I'm gonna give it a D. And the reason is because I don't like nothing that's going on in the show. I don't like the reasoning behind some of these ladies' actions and their words. Like, this season has been really hard for me to watch. It really, truly has. Because for me, the show sucks now. And Married to Medicine used to be my ish. But these last few seasons have turned me off. Literally. Y'all let me know, though, down below in the comment section what you guys thought about this week's episode. Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. Also, you guys, make sure you stay tuned this week. I'll be dropping my Fashion Killer video for the Oscars red carpet, plus the Vanity Fair after party looks. And I'm dropping a luxury haul video this Thursday filled with goodies. You do not want to miss it. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.